Welcome to the train of thought. Please stand behind the yellow line as we're about to approach the station. Today's destination, Malaysia. Today's destination, Malaysia. Welcome to the Train of Thought podcast, where we train our thoughts for a better life, brought to you by the Poetic Wit. I'm your train conductor host, Aaron Patrick, and with me, I have a very special guest, very interesting person here, so happens to be a good friend of mine. Please welcome Isabella Arriana Grande. No, not really. Hi, say hi.
Hi.
Hi, Ella. Introduce yourself.
Hi. My name is Isabella Arriana Florico.
Wish.
But my name, you guys can call me Ella. I am in my first year of my branding advertising degree. I study at UCSI.
Wish. Nice. Branding advertising. That sounds like something I would have learned in mass comm. Yeah, advertising. Right. So you get to do a lot of that. What's this? You study brand, study ads, and like come up with like surveys for consumer insights, something like that. That's part of your scope, right?
That's two of my subjects.
Wish.
Out of
God,
only two.
That sounds like subjects. I study advertising as one subject. She studies it as a whole course, guys. So if you're willing to check out,
Goes deeper.
yeah, if you're willing to check out advertising, can go ahead and look up either ICT college, wink wink, or you can go ahead UCSI. That's another degree, guys. Degree in branding, advertising. So I'm gonna give a background on like how I met Ella. I met Ella at church. A lot of my friends are church friends. But I mean that's not a bad thing, right? It was back in what was it? I think 2017, 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, around there. It was for
somewhere there.
it was for PJ Rally. Shout out to PJ Rally. You know that's a really good event, inter-school PJ Christian Fellowship event. And yeah, I got to know Ella from there, and since then we've been really good friends. And today, as you're listening to this, by the time this is out, it is Malaysia Day. So happy Malaysia Day, guys. Selamat Hari Malaysia. And as you will all know, as anyone who's gone to school and learned their sejarah would know, today is the day that our country is formed, like our nation our identity as Malaysia is formed back in 16 September 1963. Both the East, the West, and all states together. Today we're going to be talking about specifically Malaysia, and also what it means to be modern Malaysian youth in this day and age. So you might want to hear what Ella has to say on her part, on her story, what she feels like, being Malaysia is like, and stuff. So yeah, I think you might want to go deeper on about yourself and what you think makes you uniquely Malaysian. Let's hear it from you, man.
I think from my name, people can start scratching their heads like, where is she Malaysian? What kind of name is Isabella Ariana Lorico?
So Spanish.
There's no. I'm not kidding anybody. I'm not Malaysian.
Dun, dun, moment of truth. Exposed. Wow.
So
what you
I'm
doing
actually
here?
Filipino.
Okay.
Sounds like you want to deport me back.
No, not necessarily. But you're here anyway, and it's really great to have you. It's always good to have someone around, But okay, I'm just gonna put this out there. She's not Malaysian, but she is Malaysian, and you know why. Tell us more.
Okay, so I've been in Malaysia since I was, 4 years old. So I always tell people around me, I am Filipino by blood, but I am Malaysian by heart.
Aww.
Because Sometimes I feel more Malaysian than the Malaysians here. I can speak better Malay than some of y'all.
Spicy burn might drop on all y'all. Kenapa tak tahu berbahasa Melayu? Ha? Masih tak fasih ni orang Filipino ni boleh bahasa Melayu.
Malu je, malu.
Lebih baik daripada orang kau macam ni. See, my Malay is so deteriorating. Help me lah. So help me God. Tell you. So you've been here since you were 4.
Yeah.
What's the story?
Oh,
Whoa.
it's complicated.
Simplify it.
Let's simplify the story. My mom remarried to a Malaysian. Yeah. So
I see.
My biological father is Filipino, but my mother got married to a Chinese mixed Indian. So my grandfather and my grandmother. So my grandfather is Indian and my grandmother is Chinese. So I grew up with my grandparents. So I got to experience both cultures as I grew up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I studied in Kebangsaan school, both in my primary and secondary school. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Wow. Yeah. Even before this, she told me that, and I was like, whoa, so you haven't, this whole thing about remarriage and like having had to come here. Wait, I want to ask, right? Just and also for all our listeners, I probably already asked you this, but like, have you gotten your blue IC yet?
No.
Not yet.
It's complicated.
Nah, no worries about it.
Yeah.
No one's judging. No one should be judging. You judge, I'll come through the screen. I'll smack your faces. I tell you. Tabuli.
Okay. Oh no, it's fine. So my dad sort of not forgot to apply.
Hey, lame.
Yeah, but I'm currently staying on a resident pass. To any non-Malaysian that is listening right now, you guys can check it out. So like, what's special about this pass, right? I have to renew it every 10 years. But the best part about it is that within the 10 years, I'm allowed to study and work without any issues whatsoever. I don't need any other permits. Yeah. Wow. And I know it's an issue here in Malaysia because especially right now, it's hard to find jobs or like study. Yeah. So go to the immigration and ask about this 10-year resident pass thing. Yeah.
I see. But as she said, she's really Malaysian like the rest of us. And if anyone else thinks otherwise, I know. But I think that's what, as you mentioned that, I felt that maybe being Malaysian isn't necessarily about, let's say, your citizenship status officially or like your financial status and stuff. And it's more so, that emotional, spiritual, social, that cultural identity that you get by just being present within that our masyarakat, our
community.
Yes, community, our society here,
our society,
Malaysia, and guys, if you ever meet Ella and you like just get to know her, right? She's really much Malaysian like the rest of us. You want to think Malaysia, right? The first thing that comes to your mind, okay, I have to admit, I think for a lot of us, even for myself, right, the first thing that comes to my mind when we talk about Malaysia, right? Oh, China, India, Melayu.
Yeah, Melayu.
That's it.
The line.
Dan line. We talk about Sabah and Sarawakians, so they got a lot of like ethnicities and cultures there also. And then you have those who just came in, right? And then they're thinking, apa ni, what Bangla or some stuff like that. Okay, that sounds racist or something.
Sounds very racist.
Okay, I'm sorry. No, because like we treat, and then we try. It's like this like other like foreigners, right? Okay, if it's like whites, right? Everyone's like white worshipping and stuff. Then we have these Indians, but they're not from India. They're from like Pakistan or Bangladesh and stuff. And then they'll be like, oh, this one going to be bad for our society or what? I don't know, these stereotypes and stuff, or like or from immigrants from like African countries or the Middle Eastern, like and we get to see actually, right, when it comes to Malaysian, it's not just but three particular races or a few. It's a it's a multicultural hot pot or a hot spot, and like
Yeah.
pretty much everyone is like here, and I think it just comes to a point of just like appreciating, let's say, not the diversities, the amount of diversity we can find in such a country as this, and we are really blessed by it, lah. You can say. For myself, I really relate to the Chindian part. I'm Chindian myself, by the way. Holla, you Chindian boys, what's up? And yeah, my mom's side is Chinese. My dad's side is yeah, considered Indian. But I don't know I forgot what the actual like exact history was, but from what I remember, right, it's like my grandparents, they look very Indian, right? But then their parents is like one Chinese, one Indian, then the other one is also one Chinese, one Indian. So I'm like Chin Indian. You get it?
Chin
So
chin.
yeah, pretty much. So yeah, I'm Indian, but I relate somehow because my dad's side was very, they call him, I know lah, it's like Eurasian or something lah, and they're very like the way, because they're more like into like English speaking and stuff, right? So the only Indian culture I ever got a taste of was like the food, and then maybe sometimes I would like visit like family friends who are Indian, and I will see them for like Deepavali, and like we have that also like food, and then maybe a bit of like Bollywood or Indian shows and stuff, maybe lah a bit, but I didn't pick up Tamil, and like could hardly relate. But I related more with the Chinese side of my family. I speak a lot of like Guangdonghua, a little bit of Cantonese, Mandarin also a bit, but it's like I can also. So I talked to my grandparents in Cantonese, some relatives, and like I'm able to relate more to them because I spend a lot more time with my mom's side than my dad's side also. Dad's side only on the weekends. Mom's side is like every day because we had to go to PJ for school and they're living in PJ. It's like that. So Chindian, I have darker skin tone. I have a lot more hair than the usual man, and some people say I look a bit more Malay. My Malay can pass off as like a Kampong Melayu, and when I speak Chinese, I sound like a Kwai Lo. And overall, I can say I am the Malaysian. Like, look, Malay actually is mix of Chinese, Indian, can speak English very well, and a few other bits and pieces of the other languages, and like here I am, yeah, in KL somehow. Oish. So yeah, that's me right there. That's what makes me interestingly, uniquely Malaysian. Ta-da! So
Nice.
yeah. Next question. Let's say I'm talking about holidays and stuff, right? What are some of the things that like come to your mind whenever celebrating, or when I say like Merdeka, Malaysia Day? Like what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
I think for me, right, it brings me back to my high school days, and actually my school days, the primary school uh, and secondary school. So, like every time in August, we would in primary school. I forgot which day we would celebrate, but like it would always be like the day before the holiday, um, day or the week before the holiday, the celebration. We would
This the
I think we all know what we're talking about. And I
Boy, selamat Hari Malaysia.